By 1965, the Little Western had been open for several months and was doing well. Aside from solid freight and passenger traffic, the line did a roaring trade in oil deliveries. From the storage site at Waterton, tankers were brought to Tidmouth before being transferred to the mainland. Unfortunately, this prosperity was marred by a rise in vandalism. Indeed, the entire island had experienced a spike in hooliganism thanks to a police strike, one that dragged on as negotiations with the council repeatedly failed. The entire force hadn't walked off the job, but it was operating at a severely reduced capacity. This gave the vandals free rein to break and smash things, and I'm sorry to say, the railway was one of their favorite targets. And you didn't wake up when it happened? Yes, I did, but I told them to keep going. What do you think? Right, that was a stupid question. How'd they get in here? And how'd they get up there? Sometimes I really admire their determination. I said sometimes. Did you call the police? We did, and a single copper showed up. He was here about 10 minutes and left, saying, "We'll do what we can with our limited resources." Bloody hoodlums. None of this would have happened if the council just gave the police what they want. That's a terrible idea, Toad. If you're too accommodating, you give them all the power. Based on what you've told us about occupied Europe, living in a police state sounds terrible. Come on, Wendell. We're a long way from that. Are we? Regardless, I think we can all agree if the police don't come back soon, things will only get worse. What did you do? My driver pushed it aside. We tried to call the police at Callan, but got no answer. They were probably at Knapford. Those bloody hoodlums smashed up some of the coaches and tagged my tender. What'd they write? Something that reminded me I'm a war criminal. When the coppers had a look, I heard one of them say, "Sounds about right." That's pretty poor form, but understandable. You can't have much sympathy for a crook, and I don't deserve it anyway. Sorry, I didn't mean to whine. Is my train ready? Yes, that's it on track 2. All right, thanks. Bloody hoodlums. More like bloody points. They were jammed. Are you serious? I thought you lot fixed them. Be fair, Donald, it was before my time, and it's a sad fact anything mechanical will break down eventually. I suppose. It's still annoying. The funny thing is, I was due to come in next week for an overhaul. Then we might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, sorry, Rob. Didn't see you there. How are you settling in? Very well, thank you. I can tell I'm going to love it here. Excellent. Donald, allow me to introduce the new superintendent of Croven's Gate, Mr. Robert Hall. Nice to meet you, Mr. Hall. Please, call me Rob. And we have actually met before. We have? I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. I didn't think you would. I was about 8 years old when you last saw me. My brother and I watched you go by with the goods train. Our father was the guard. Is that so? What was his name? Great Scott! Seriously? No, I just noticed the time. I have a meeting with Sir Topham soon. I have to leave or I'll be late. Good luck. Thanks, Derek. Nice seeing you again, Donald. You too, I suppose. Hall. Ringing any bells? Not really. I've known several blokes by that name over the years. Maybe they all had the same father. Some of them it wouldn't surprise me. What can you tell me about this one? Career railway engineer who's worked all over the country. He's helped design several of BR's more successful locomotives, both steam and diesel. He's also said to be a whiz when it comes to repairs and overhauls. Why'd you wish him luck? Because I know why he's going to see Sir Topham. He has this special project he wants to get off the ground. I can't say any more, but it sounds amazing. Well, if that's true, I'm sure Sir Topham will be interested. Indeed he would be, as would the rest of us when we learned about it. But that is a story for another day. However, Robert almost didn't make his meeting because hoodlums let a flock of sheep out of their paddock. Yes, I'm afraid the vandalism continued as the strike dragged on. As feared, each act became more destructive and disruptive. Alright, either these bloody hoodlums are ghosts or we're just heavy sleepers. Either way, it's damn annoying. How long until it's fixed, Derek? Maybe an hour, but I have to take the kipper in 15 minutes. Sorry, Henry, we can't work any faster. Bother! Don't worry, Henry. I can take the kipper for you. You can? Well, I'm literally the only one who can leave the shed, so why not? Aye, why not? Thanks, Jeffrey. I owe you one. Not at all. This is rather exciting. I can't remember the last time I took the flying kipper. Have you ever? I don't know. Assuming I haven't, do you have any advice for me? Be on time and don't crash into anything. The best advice one can give an engine. Yes, quite. Was there no hope, Derek? No. According to Mr. Hall, Jeffrey and his crew were likely killed on impact. Oh, God. It should have been me. And I'm very glad it wasn't. So am I. Do you have any idea how it happened? Yes, we do. Naturally, we were saddened and incensed by Jeffrey's death, and we weren't the only ones. The public was fed up with the escalating situation and began pressuring the police and council to come to an agreement, which they did. With the force returned to full strength, they began cracking down hard on vandalism. Many of those bloody hoodlums were arrested, including the ones who attempted to derail William. However, they swore blind they had nothing to do with what happened to Jeffrey. Of course, nobody believed them, but as would be revealed, they were telling the truth, and I'm sorry to say, the real culprit was only just getting started.